Penda nikupe taarifa za moja kwa moja kutoka hapa jijini Nairobi za wahadhiri wa vyuo vikuu ambao wanazungumza kwa sasa kuhusiana na mgomo wao.
KUAT, as it has done in all other universities, according to 2013-2017 National CBA. The National CBA that was negotiated, signed and registered in the Employment and the Labor Relations Code has not been implemented in full. The national or the national CBA has several components. It has the basic salary and it has the house allowance. After we negotiated the 2013-2017 CBA early this year, we received 10 billion. The national CBA was given 10 billion that was supposed to pay arrears from July 1st, 2013 to June 30th, 2017 in the 2016-2017 budget. But during the budgeting for 2017-2018, there was no provision to implement the increment in the salaries and the house allowance of university academic staff. And that is why we have downed our tool from 1st November, that was on Wednesday, until that CBA is implemented in full. We want to remove or to disparage any aspersions that we are working with any political elements. We are not working with any political elements because as we only have one role as unions to fight for the welfare of university lecturers. And therefore, we want to appeal to the government to come on board and save the higher education sector from imminent collapse. This year alone, the higher education sector corridor has been interrupted many, many times. We want to tell the government that that is not our wage. We also empathize with the students, with over 600,000 students in all universities in the higher education sector, that it is not our wage to interrupt the program. Teaching is a talent. Teaching is a calling, and we have been called to teach, to educate our students, to prepare professionals for purposes of supporting the Vision 2030 and the other development agenda of the government. So should not be misinterpreted that we are sabotaging the government or we are sabotaging the career of our of the young professionals who we are preparing. It should be seen as a fight for the light of members of university lecturers. And with that introduction, I want to give to the JKUAT chapter secretary to make a few remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, members of the press. We sincerely welcome you to our university. We all know very well that you have come here to present the true data and information about the national strike that was declared on Wednesday, the 1st of November, 2017. This strike is very sad on our side, because surely we keep on blaming the government. But I do believe there is no government without officers who have been charged with the responsibilities of doing their work when they are supposed to do it. We negotiated early this year. The government released the money. The people who signed the said CBA were government senior officials. And at that moment in time, they clearly said and they indicated that they had enough money to make sure that they will pay the lecturers come 1st of July 2017. Unfortunately, at this moment in time, that has not been done. The question that we are asking ourselves is, why? What has been happening since the very day that the said CBA was registered and the agreement was there and everybody knew? So it is unfortunate that as we are being blamed sometimes by the communities, sometimes by government, sometimes by our management, that we are destabilizing the learning, it is not we who are doing that, but they are those people who are charged by the responsibility of our government to do what they are supposed to do when they are supposed to do it. But they seem to be taking advantage that our system doesn't have any accountability. This is the reason why somebody will sit in the office, do nothing, keep on waiting until things go wrong, and we start pointing fingers to other people. But they never ask themselves, or the system doesn't trace back who have done what, when, how, with who. So members of the press, I would like to state categorically that Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology have really launched this strike, and we want to say with clear words that we are not doing this because we want. We know it is a great loss to our country. By what I mean? What do I mean by that? There are students who are supposed to finish the year, this academic year. If they don't finish, what does it mean? It will mean that all those heads whom would have done some profitable work at a given time has been drained. So multiply with that with the number of those students. So it is important for everybody to realize that we have gone to school and we deal with the numbers. Like myself, as I said, I forgot to introduce myself, that my name is Professor Peterson K. Inga, a professor in electrical engineering. My work is to deal with the numbers. So quickly, when I see my students, I calculate the number of heads and the contribution they can do in terms of hours in a day, in a week, in a year, and it is a great loss, ladies and gentlemen. So it is important for all of us. We appreciate that we have got a responsibility. And if each one of us is going to do what you are supposed to do when you are supposed to do it, and you do it right the first time, we should not be having these kind of strikes, which at this moment in time, you find there are some people who are turning it to be political. We are not politicians, and we did not choose to be politicians. And therefore, I would request any person who would be thinking that we are supporting any political party or we are fighting anybody, that should be erased in totality. For us, our work is to educate, and when we are educating, we should be paid our rights at the right time that we are supposed to be paid. With that, members of the press, I hope that the information will be clear that for us, we are doing justice to ourselves, and we would also like to do justice to this nation, because we have got a responsibility, and we went to school, and we chose to be lecturers. We are not here by accident, but we are here by choice, and we have spent all those years to go to school so that we should educate our people and therefore develop our country. And also I would like to note one thing. It is unfortunate, 54 years since independence, and we are still fighting between ourselves rather than working for the growth of our country. So please, members, I'm happy that you have come to this session, and we do believe that the representation to the masses will be clear and sound. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We can take a few questions. Yes, madam. You can introduce your media house and your name.
Okay, my name is Media Mark from Media Mark.
Yes.
We have experienced this challenge for long.
Yes.
What do you think we can do so that we can solve this once and for all?
Okay.
Na mtazamaji, huu hapo ni mkutano wa wahadhiri wa vyuo vikuu vya umma wakizungumza kuhusiana na mgomo wao ambao kwa sasa uko katika siku ya 3, mgomo ambao ulianza siku ya Jumanne, lakini kwa sasa wanasema bado hadi serikali itimize matakwa yao ili warudi katika madarasa na kuendelea kuelimisha wanafunzi. Lakini kwa sasa mtazamaji, kuhusiana na lile swala la mgomo pia wa wauguzi, kwa sasa naungana naye mwanahabari mwenzangu